You already know it's your girl Moochie, straight out the 845 online radio. Shout out to the hottest online radio station in the Hudson Valley, reporting live 845, straight 845 radio, building our own from the ground up. Tonight is a very, very special interview. I encourage every parent and every youth to tune in tonight, and we're going to call this segment like a Help Me Moochie segment. Tonight I'm sitting with one of the youth, one of the beautiful young ladies all the way from Delaware Valley School District, and we're going to be discussing tonight bullying and racism. As you know, we have been experiencing bullying and racism right now in the Hudson Valley more frequently than it's supposed to be. It started in Menacing Valley, and then I started getting reports from other parents and children around the Hudson Valley that they too are going through bullying and racism. So tonight I sit with the beautiful Miss Alyssa. She was a student at Delaware Valley School District. We're going to talk about some of the things that she went through, how she felt, what was done to prevent it, if anything, and how we are going to step in and help her, and how we can get the word out. Because racism and bullying is never okay, and especially not in the Hudson Valley, where we're in a region that's so small. And shout out to Alyssa's mom for allowing her to be here today. She is here just for moral support. This interview is really going to be me and Alyssa, and I'm excited about it. So, Alyssa, before we start, just tell the people who you are and a little bit about yourself.
My name's Alyssa. I'm 16. I used to live in Middletown, and then we moved to Delaware Valley like 3 years ago. So this is only my third year in this school. I'm a junior, and yeah.
All right. So shout out to Alyssa. Let's get into it. So Alyssa, we're in Middletown. How was schooling in Middletown?
It was fine. Like, I used to love going to school. I always went to school. Like, everything was good. I had friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. Like, I used to always go out. I used to do stuff, like, have a regular life that, like,
a fun life,
yeah,
a teenage life.
That a teenager was supposed to, like, do.
Now, for the people so we know, what is your race?
My mom is white. I'm like a lot of stuff. I'm mixed, but my mom is white and my dad is, like, Jamaican.
Jamaican?
Yeah.
All right. So when you were in Middletown, you didn't have any issues. You wasn't dealing with racism. You wasn't dealing with bullying.
Because it's very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't talk about white people. We don't talk about anything else. Nobody was like that. We was all friends.
Right. So then parents decide to move you along. Mm-hmm. You entered Delaware Valley. What was the difference when you first walked into that school that you noticed?
I noticed it was a lot of, like, white people. There's very few colored people or anything, and they would stare at me weird, and, like, every girl there, like, dressed the same. Their hair was straight. Like I was just different from them. But I moved there, so, like, because the education's good.
Right.
That's the only good thing there is the school. Like, it's for me to get a good, like, to go to college.
Right.
Because, like, it's better than Middletown education-wise, but anything else over there is not good.
At all.
You don't, like, you should not, it's not just about, like, the education. You should have good self-esteem in high school.
Absolutely.
Be happy. Like, you should want to go to school. Like,
now, when you were there, you walked in, first you noticed it was just, like, predominantly white people. Mm-hmm. How did the teachers treat you?
They didn't really say anything, but sometimes when they witnessed, like, little racist comments, they would hear it, but they wouldn't say anything. And, like, I would just be the only, like, black person in the class and stuff like that. Even though I'm mixed, like, I have Spanish and other stuff, and my mom is white, they don't think that.
Absolutely, because you're not full bred.
Yeah, they don't think that you're other stuff, even if you have the slightest color, so they would just stare at me. If you're in a social studies class, we talk about slavery and segregation, and they just stare at me, because, like, I'm the only black person in there. I'm like, I was not a slave. Maybe my ancestor.
Right.
Why are you staring at me? Like, ooh.
So you felt automatically uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, let's talk about some of the comments that you experienced. What were some of the racial slurs that these children would say to you in Delaware Valley?
Well, when I first moved there, I was in math there was only 4 black people in that class. Mm-hmm. And in our school, we have black calculators and yellow ones. And then she passed them out, and we happened to get the black ones. And the other people in the class was like, oh, they got the black calculators because they black. And they said the N-word. Right. And the teacher was there, and she looked, and she didn't say anything to them.
So you're in class. First of all, we're going to start with the racism segregation with the calculators. Yeah. The teacher made sure that the black kids got the black calculators and the other race kids got the other calculators. Mm-hmm. Then the teacher allowed the students in the class not only to say the black kids got the black calculators, but to add the N-word to it. Yeah. And did do nothing about it.
No. And I'm looking at the teacher like, is you gonna say something?
Okay. All right. Tell me something else.
There's so much stuff. Like, usually on a daily basis, they talk.
You had notes.
Can I get it on my phone?
Yes, you can. She got notes. We gotta hear the notes, baby, because I'm already upset with the N word.
Right.
You got me right there with the calculator and the N word. So yes,
Yeah.
pull out your notes. Delaware Valley School District, shame on you. But we're gonna get to y'all in a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your notes.
Okay, so the second thing I had down was they call us slaves. Like I said before, they like if you're walking in a hallway or sitting down, they'll just say like make a comment about slavery and say, oh, you was a slave because you black. Okay, obviously I wasn't, but even if my ancestors was, what's your point of saying that?
Right.
Ooh, I'm black. Ooh, like what you want me to do?
Right. Run away, like we change my color.
And then when they see us, it's like they're like, ooh, a black person, like we an alien or something. Like what's the problem?
This kids and the teachers.
Yeah.
So the whole school looks at African colored minorities like we're aliens.
Right, and I don't know if the teachers just do that, but there's no black teacher in the whole school. So, and I've noticed sometimes when, like, in my gym class, me and my friend are the only two black people. He's a boy. She'll only yell at us. We don't do anything wrong, but when a white kid gets to do whatever he wants, walks around, they don't yell at him. I'm like, is it because we black? She stayed talking about us every day, everything. I'm like, what's the problem?
Just you two.
Yes.
Now, on a side note, how are your grades in school?
Oh, they're good. Like, I'm in, like, honors classes, everything. So,
And you're not a problem child.
No.
I know Mom doesn't want to talk, but Mom, have you ever had any problems with her in school?
Never. I moved her there so she would get a better education.
Because she was so smart and doing so well, you wanted her to excel.
Right, but at this point, her mental status to me now is more important than any education.
I agree with you, 100%.
Like, my grades are good, but, like, it ruined my self-confidence, stuff like that. Like, when I lived in Middletown, I used to think, oh, I'm mad cute.
Right.
Because I should.
Right.
And I moved there, and I like, sometimes I think I look bad all the time. I think that I look, like,
her
ugly.
self-esteem has gone down.
I'm insecure. I don't like going to school. I don't like doing anything.
Let me ask you this question. Has this school made you feel like you don't want to be black?
Yes, sometimes. Yeah, I used to say, oh, I wish I was white. I wish my hair was different.
You said they tried to infect you.
Yeah, I one time, like last year, I started dressing like them so I could fit in. I dressed how they dressed. Like, I stopped wearing my Jordans, everything, that I picked up. And I started to dress like them. I started to have my hair straightened all the time because I didn't want to, like,
be picked on and looked
yeah,
at.
I tried to fit in. But then this year, I kind of went back to how I was, but I don't know. Like, they almost infected me. That's what I call it.
Infected you?
Yes.
That's a nice, different choice of words. Woo. Now, get to the notes.
Okay.
What else we got here?
Okay. I wrote down clothes because I be wearing Jordans, everything like that we wear.
Right.
And they look at me funny, talk about, oh, I'm from the hood, everything. Because, like, I have family who live in the city and stuff like that, too.
Right.
Like, and they know that. So they look at me like, oh, I'm from the hood and, like, all that stuff. They look at me funny because I got Jordans on and stuff like that you don't wear. My Jordans cost more than your whole outfit, so don't try to play me, for one. Like, no, it's dead true. Like, don't try to play me. And it's so annoying. Like, why do you care what people wear? It's just because, we black, because they all dress the same and stuff like that. Like,
Skater boys.
Right.
I'm with skater boy stuff.
Sperry's.
Right. Skechers.
Yeah, Skechers.
With the chain. Right. I'm with you.
They shop at, cause there's no stores around there. It's the woods. Okay?
Right.
They shop at Kmart, Payless, the 2 for $19.99. Like, don't try to play.
So they probably thought you, not only was you a black girl from the hood, you probably was a drug dealing. And
right.
All that. Right.
Yeah, they think that. Like, oh, and they always say, the next thing, they always say, oh, black people do drugs, stuff like that. Okay, but first of all, in health class, we learn about other drugs like heroin, ecstasy, all that. No offense, but like mostly the white people do that.
So they talking about us, and
it's
they
not really
right.
us. Like maybe we do like weed.
Right.
That's not every single black person though. So
right.
You can't like be mad stereotype.
Now let me ask you this question: since all this was going, and has this been going on the whole 3 years you were in school?
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
How was it coming home? Like when you came home, what was your mental? Give me like an insight of your mental. Like how did you feel when you were coming home?
Okay, I drive to school now, but when I used to take the bus, they made comments, so I used to come home crying every day, right? I used to cry. I used to text her, like, when something happened, I would text my mom and tell her. We didn't know what to do. Like, I was just so upset, and then I didn't want to go to school. Like,
how many days have you missed of school because of this?
This year I missed 16 so far. Last year I missed over like 20. A lot of days. In my freshman year I missed a lot.
And you're in your junior year.
Yeah.
And already you've missed 16 days because they're picking on you every day.
Yeah.
Now, when you tell the principal and you tell people, what is said to you?
They ask me to give them names. Sometimes I don't want to because I'm going to get picked on even more.
Right.
They're going to attack me because I told them. And then they'll confront them. And they say, oh, maybe they're joking. But I'm like, how is that a joke?
So
they don't care. They just no. They
so
don't care.
you tell the school what's going on. You let them know that you're being bullied. You let them know that racism is going on in your school. You let them know that you're uncomfortable. And they say that the kids are just joking, and this is what just happens.
Yeah, and they say, oh, we might give them might give them a consequence. And just telling one person is not going to stop the whole school.
Right.
Because it's like, if we built an army, there would be 10 black people and 1,000 white people. We would lose, first of all. And that's not, like, stopping them from, like, being rude to us, making comments, stuff like that, and being racist. So, like, what's that going to do? That's why I don't bother, like, telling them the names, because
they don't do anything.
Still gonna do something. Yeah, like.
Now, I want my viewers to know this. You've been in this school for 3 years, and you've been going through so much bullying and so much racism that you are now not in this school anymore.
She's withdrawing on
I'm doing an online school. I still get my credits and stuff like that. I don't want to go to school anymore. Like this morning, recently, I haven't want to go to school. I've been missing school because, like, my self-esteem problems. They gave me anxiety to go now. Like,
this morning, the guidance counselor admitted to me on the phone that the school is racist.
So the guidance counselor understands what's going on.
Would be better off for her not to go there anymore.
So instead of the school,
an honor student,
I have no friends.
So instead of the school fixing the problem and keeping their honor student, they rather you take her out of the school.
Yeah.
So
she's
Delaware,
the captain of the cheerleading team. She's done so much.
I'm in orchestra, stuff
through
like that.
Everything she's been through. I feel like it's my fault because I moved her there, but it's not because I was just
doing the right thing, right?
But it turned into a nightmare.
Now, Mom, you just opened the door for that. You're Caucasian. How do you feel when you send your daughter to school and you constantly hear that she's being bullied because of her skin?
It infuriates me. I call, I complain, they do nothing.
They do nothing. Every time you call and complain.
Please mention Kyle Pasco.
Okay, well, but I don't want to go anymore also because my self-esteem and because, like, I feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. Like, I don't have friends because they won't talk to me because I'm black. She used to tell me, oh, try to make friends, try to talk to them. Okay, but when you're in a class and they say, find a partner, find a group, no, they all stare at me. They just go with their friends. Like, I'm by myself. I usually work by myself because I'm very, like, now I say to myself, I don't talk to anybody. I just do what I got to do and then go home. But, like, it's like, I don't have friends. I don't talk to anybody, so I'm going to go to school still. Like, everybody, and then they don't invite me anywhere. Like, the people who say they are my friends, they don't invite me to go places or anything. I'm always home. Like, I don't do anything with my life. Like, it's kind of depressing.
Right. And you're only how old? 16?
Almost 17.
So what I'm hearing is, obviously, you're not going to their prom.
Oh, no. You can only go in senior year anyways.
So, but you're not going to be there, so obviously you're going to miss out on prom this
Yeah.
year because of this whole situation.
Yeah.
This year she is. Next year she's allowed to attend if she
go
wants
back to
to.
school.
Now, to Delaware Valley, though, right?
Yeah.
Are we going back?
I don't know yet, because, like, the same thing's going to keep happening. But then again, it's my senior year, too, so I don't know.
Let me ask you this question. Missed 16 days of school. Do you feel any better now that you're on your way out of the school, or are you still feeling the same way?
You know, I feel relieved because I'm almost done.
Right.
I don't have to go there. Like, I can just do what I want. Like,
do you want to come back to Middletown?
Sometimes I do, but I don't really want to because I know the people here. They're not like my school is good, like, education wise. So I know
you really
like,
need that.
Yeah, like these people are probably not even gonna go nowhere in life, really.
Right.
Most of them, stuff like that. So, but like it's my home too. So like, I like to come here.
Now, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to go to college for nursing school.
Okay.
So, like that.
You need the school, so you kind of need the good education
Yeah.
behind you. Let me ask you this question. Mom, you chime in too, because you guys reached out to me, and what is it that you want to see happen to Delaware Valley? What can we do to make this...
First of all, they don't want people to talk about how they're racist because they want to look like a good school.
Right.
They
No.
are top ranked.
Okay, but education-wise,
They are.
that's it.
But they're
horrible.
Because when I go to college, I'm going to write on my essay how is race, like all that stuff. I'm going to tell them everything.
The story.
Yeah. Like...
Yeah, we don't care at this point. I don't care about them being the top school. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is the fact that because how can you be a top school and let one of your top students get treated like this?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't care nothing about Delaware being a tight school. I don't care nothing about their education being A1. I don't care nothing about that.
She was just invited from Georgia Tech to represent Delaware Valley for the summer.
Really?
Yeah.
And are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Oh, you are gonna go.
It's in the summer, so...
Very good.
Yeah.
As a young black woman, I want you to go. In your Jordans, I want you to go.
Yo.
I want you to go in your Michael Kors and your Gucci. Matter of fact, I want you to put on a peace chain too. You understand what I'm saying? And I want you to go and represent and let them know that no matter what you have on, this right here is what counts. Okay? So when you go do that, I want you to do it as a black girl.
Right, and then like how I dress and stuff is different. So when I tell people like, oh, I'm in orchestra stuff like that, they make fun of me because they like, you don't look like you in orchestra, or you don't look like you in smart classes and stuff like that. Cause I'm black. What's the problem? Like, it's very annoying. What's the next on my list?
Yeah, tell me, because she got a list, y'all. Delaware Valley, she got a list. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable.
Well, today on the bus.
Today.
Okay. This morning, I didn't drive to school. I took the bus, and I'm the only black person on my bus. So I sat down, and there was these two boys next to me, and they were talking about the hood and stuff. They were like, oh, we're not in the hood. We in this country. I don't know. They said something about that. And then they were like, if you go to the hood, if you go to the city, you're going to get shot, stuff like that. They're going to shoot me, this and that. They started talking about Port Jervis, how Port Jervis, like, isn't the hood. And they started talking about Middletown, like, stuff like that. And then they're looking at me, and I'm like, what's the problem? And then somebody else was making fun of autistic kids and then said something about black people. Like I don't get it.
So you
hear talking about the hood, like. What's the
you hear this all day, every day.
Like, don't make
Let me
turn
ask you this.
Hood on you real quick.
Wait a minute. She said, don't make it turn hood. No, listen, don't go hood yet. That's the problem. They think that you're from the hood. But let me ask you this question. Listen, do you feel like maybe this is happening because they want to be like you?
Oh, sometimes I do. I'm like, you love me.
Right.
Listen, them Caucasian people talk about how we dress, how we act. They try to listen to our music, say the N-word, talk like us. Like, you love me. You want to be like us, clearly, because you're talking about us every single day, every single second. We're the topic of your conversation all day.
Right.
So sometimes I think you love me. Like,
that's how you feel with them sometimes.
Yeah, like,
you should walk in like a celebrity.
Right.
But on the flip side, you obviously know what happened to the young lady that was in menacing that at the picture with her being lynched. Do you feel like
she got told she was going to be hung the other day?
Whoa! We gotta get to that. Let's get to that. What happened?
Yeah. So I saw your post. The girl said she was going to be lynched.
Yes.
It was Thursday, just Thursday. I was walking to class and this white boy came up to me. I have a few classes with him too. I don't know if he thinks we friends or what, but he came up to me. He said, "Roses are red, violets are blue. I hang black people. So should you." And I thought he said hate, so I was like, "You hate black people?" He said, "No. Here's a better one. Roses are red, violets are blue. I hate black people. So should you." That time he said hate.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. And then he kept trying to talk to me and walked with me as if he's joking. Like, how is that joking? That's kind of a threat that you're going to hang me.
Do you know this young man's name?
Yeah, I do. I told the principal today,
Mm-hmm.
though, because he asked me today about it. And he said he's going to confront him and there might be a consequence.
Oh, it's going to be a consequence. What's the young man's name? What's the young man's name?
Harrison Wellberg.
All right. With that being said, we will be calling and we'll be reaching out to Delaware Valley in regards to this comment. If I got a call as your aunt, if I got a call as your grandmother, I will be calling to see and follow up. Mom, you're going to follow up with me as to what consequences for that. Because if a young lady gets a picture and says she's going to be lynched and this young man can get a consequence, that deserves a consequence too. We are not going to play because let me tell y'all something. I need you guys to hear this, and I need you to hear this. We live in a society where we have people going into churches and killing them. We have people running in schools, killing them. We have people hanging people. So when people make these threats and they make these comments, these are not to be pushed under the rug. They are not to be overlooked. Parents, you should be outraged every time you hear this and be on the school's necks to do something. And I'm not talking about slap them on the wrist, and I'm not talking about a referral. I'm talking about being suspended, expelled, and maybe some charges put against these children. If the parents are not, if you're not going to teach your children, I don't care what race you are, if you're not going to educate your children on the history, and you are going to allow your children to say hateful, racial, and discriminating and vulgar things to other children, it's no longer a referral. It's no longer a suspension. It is now a charge. And we need to start going after schools and hold them accountable. Because God forbid Alyssa goes to school and that young man do something to her and we find her on a playground. Then that's when we're gonna take charge? Is that when everybody's gonna get upset and outraged and everybody's gonna step in? No, we gotta start now. Little things like that bothers me. Because it can happen. People say things now and it can happen. And I don't ever want to hear you came on my show and 2 weeks later something happened to you. Because we failed as a people and as a community to get outraged and stand for what's right. That is no longer going to happen in the 845. And I'm sure the parents that's viewing got my back. And the ones that's going to come and got my back. So, I can tell you this, Alyssa, if I can't tell you nothing else. I will be calling tomorrow. Mom, you got my back? You're going to call tomorrow. We want to know what's going to happen to this young man, Mr. Harrison, for saying he's going to hang roses are red, violets are blue. He's going to hang black people. I don't know what black person he's going to hang, but it won't be this one or any other black person in the 845. Is that okay with you, Mom? Because that's okay with me. And I know my viewers is upset right now because I'm upset about that. Just that one comment right there, I'm upset about it. Get to the notes. What else we got?
Woo! And then before, like, last year when people said something about me, I almost started a petition for us black people. I told the principal,
I wanted them to have an assembly about racism.
But listen, we put up signs in our school. They put up signs, stop racism, all this. And the way people laugh at the signs and stuff like that, they take it as a joke. Like, it's so annoying. Next on the list.
Let me just say this while she's getting her list together. I just want everybody to know this is sad. That a 16-year-old has a list of things that has been going on to her and happening to her in a school that she's been in for 3 years. Not a principal has done nothing. Not a teacher has done nothing. And when the parents reach out to the school, they don't do nothing. This is what I'm just a little absurd about. But what's next, baby?
Okay, so people know, like, a kid at my school died recently, like 2 months ago. And he was white also. And he made some racist comment to me and my friend. One time, like, I feel bad for him and his family, yeah, but, like, my friend who is also black, she was in McDonald's with somebody else, this her friend, which is a white girl, and he was sitting with his friends, and they were eating, minding their business, and he said, oh, you know what the ugliest race is? African American, and looked at her and coughed and started laughing, and then he said, white power, and I sat next to him in class, too, always talking about his white power, asking me, because I talk different, he like, oh, you from the Bronx, this and that, asking me where I'm from, making fun of me, all these comments, and they've been doing, like
so many
fundraisers for him. They made so much money talking about, oh, he's such a great kid, because they want to make the school look good. But he was racist, like, not just to me, like, as my friend.
But when we went for a personal problem for a fundraiser, they told her no.
Yeah, they told me no, which was very important, too. Like,
they told her no. But they raised over $70,000
for this white kid.
For a white deceased that did not need.
And wouldn't help. Okay, get to the list.
Talking about how he's does all these sports, how he was great in school, but he didn't do. But as he was a racist, white power, KKK coming up. Yeah. That was okay. Okay.
And they wear the Confederate flags, but they don't understand that that's not.
Time out.
Got it all
Hold it. Time out. Your school wears the Confederate flag?
Yes, they wear Confederate flags, and even this one kid who is mixed like me wears a Confederate flag, and we like, you just want to fit in with these white people because you let them make fun of you. But the other white people, they have sweatshirts, like hoodies like this, and it has the Confederate flag, and we've made complaints to the office, and they haven't done anything. We've went about 10 times this school year.
Note to self, Put that in my archive, Mama Mooch. That's another issue. And I do believe that we can stand on the issue because a lot of Confederate flags have been taken down across the 50 states. We're going to get into we're going to get into it. Note to self. Note to self for that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that little took me back because they're wearing Confederate flags as everyday clothing.
Yes.
And the school is not saying nothing.
Exactly.
Talk to me nice. Get to the note to self, Ma. Get to the list. That one is something crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So then they always make fun of me. I was in a bus one time. I had a white shirt on, and my hair was curly or something. And some kid was making fun of me, talking about I look like a poodle and stuff like that. Talking about black people, and he said other stuff. And then I went to the office because I used to cry after people told me stuff. So I went to the office a few times, and then the kid recently he was talking about me to one of my friends, saying, "Oh, I don't like her because she told on me for talking about her looking like a poodle and talking about black people." Why do you not like me? You guys talk about how we were slaves and stuff like that, but we shouldn't like them because they were the ones who did slavery to us. Why are you talking about me? Like, why do you care how my hair looks or how I'm dressing? Like,
do you feel like this school is trying to run you out? Do you feel like they're trying to run anybody that's black or minority out of the school?
Probably, because there's only like 10 of us for one.
Ma, they talking to me?
Is there any blacks on the JV or the varsity?
Is there any black people on the JV or varsity team?
Like for
sports? For any sport?
Oh, well, I'm on varsity cheer. It's me and this other black girl. For basketball, for varsity basketball, there's not a black person.
No.
Last year there was. He graduated. There's not a black person.
So no.
Yeah, no.
No, so there's no... Only her.
But for last year, for track, there's no black people, but my social studies teacher tried to tell me and multiple other people who are my friends who are black, because that's who I hang around, told us to do track. And we was like, they just trying to get black people to run.
Right.
Because they know we can run and we got them back. Nah, for real though.
Run! Run!
They just trying to get us to run. Because my friends came together and was like, did he actually do track too? I'm like, yeah, it's sus.
They don't actually do the chess club. They don't actually do the reading club.
Right.
They actually do track.
Because you know we can't run. I did it. I went for like the first week. I was like, hell no. I didn't go back after that. But
so right now we don't really have any African American on the sports.
No, not
just you.
No, yeah, and like other sports, I'm trying to think. Softball, there's no black person. Nothing like.
There's nobody in it. How about your honor society?
I'm very embarrassed because when I go to cheer at the games and stuff, we have like our school colors are black and white.
Right.
We use signs to say black and white. I had the black one. Our fans are talking about, oh, she got the black one because she black, ha ha, laughing and stuff like that. Like,
instead of watching the cheer, they're making fun of you.
You can't do a simple cheer without them saying nothing because, like, it's very annoying.
But let me ask you, and then on the flip side, ask this question because obviously you cheer outside of your town and outside of your school district, and then when you go to other schools and you see other black people, I'm sure you get a relief.
Oh, I do, but the other schools around us are very white too.
Oh, okay.
It's not diverse, and sometimes like once in a while, there's a few schools that are like black, but our school will talk about them and say the N-word, oh them,
right,
the N-word and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, but I'm so happy. I'm like, first of all,
yes,
they got
my people.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, like finally somebody's just like me, like.
That's horrible. That's horrible that you feel like that. That you gotta go to school and you're like, oh my goodness, I just need somebody like me. Mm-hmm. That's horrible.
And if I have met people like me, we don't have. It's not like we have classes because I'm in like smart people classes, so we're not together at all.
Right,
so, like,
right.
I can't talk to
so you're really by yourself in this thing.
Oh, I always walk by myself. I don't talk to nobody. I don't do like.
Well, let me say this to you. I know you got more on your list, right?
Yeah.
Let's get back to the list because before I was gonna say what I was gonna say. Ma, they talking to me up on there?
They're just watching.
Okay. Well, this is like some like the boys at our school. They'll say how they don't like us because we're black, but I know people have a type, but it's not that. The black people will talk about us and say, oh, like I used to like a boy at our school. He was like my color, and his first of all, their parents be black. So how do you not like us? It's just because they go to the white school, mm-hmm. and that's what you like, and their friends make fun of them if they happen to call us cute or happen to like a black girl or something like that. and they're like, oh, somebody said to me, oh, sorry, you're too dark for me. I only like.
Let me tell you something, baby. I deal with that. I'm 31, and I deal with that all the time. I was just dealing with someone who, because I'm a black woman, and you know us black women are strong. He told my mom I was bullying him, and that's why he don't do black girls, because I was too hood for him. That's why he only be with a certain type of woman. I get told all the time by men that I'm too dark, or oh, I would talk to you, Moochie, so because I'm too dark. I know exactly how you feel. But let me just tell you this publicly, and I want you to think about this every day. And remember, I told you this. Be proud of who you are. You are absolutely beautiful. You hear me? You should be a model. And if your mother would just let you work with me, I can find all types of stuff for you to get into.
You should. No, for real though. I actually want a model. Like, I've been trying.
No,
people be like, I've been trying to get Instagram famous. People who like text me, they're all the way like down south. No, and I can't get there.
I can get you there.
She has a YouTube channel.
I'm a YouTuber.
Girl,
yeah.
I can find something. Girl, you know how many colder people that need models? I can find something for you. I don't ever want you to feel like. I want you to first of all stop missing school. All right, let's start right there. Yeah. Don't miss another day of school. You hear me?
She's doing the
cyber. I still have like a week left, so
finish the week strong. Do your cyber, and then you're gonna come back. I don't want you to miss another day. You don't have to. That's number one. Number two, you're not ugly. You don't have to fit in. You're beautiful. And if you give me a month, I will get your self-esteem back to where it needs to be. Because I'm gonna introduce you to reality. Delaware Valley School District is not reality. That is not reality. That is not how the world is. That is not realistic. There's so much greatness out here. It doesn't matter that you're half black, half white. It doesn't matter that you're light skinned. It doesn't matter. None of that matters in the real world. Obviously, this school district is behind. So we the people are going to work together to get them back forward, because they're still wearing Confederate flags, and it's 2019. Right, who does that?
Let's go.
Y'all still talk about black people in the hood, and half the white people moving in the hood. You're behind.
And you're trying to be like us, because
you're behind.
The way people are trying to dress like us, they be sagging their pants, wearing chains, all that. I'm like, but you talk about us, but you love us. Like,
and they love our men, and they love our women.
Right.
So, with that being said, I want you to stop this right now. I don't want you to have another day of low self-esteem. Stop it. You are beautiful. Me and you gonna work together. I'm gonna hook you up with some clothing, some local designers right now, especially the ones that's having photo shoots for their clothing line. We're gonna pull you in as a model, and you're gonna work with them. I'm gonna open you up to some other stuff. I don't want you to have low self-esteem. I want you to stop that right now. I want you to jump out of depression and stop that. You are beautiful. You are absolutely beautiful. You hear me? If I had a little son your age, I'd probably tell him to holler at you. You understand what I'm saying? A little too young. I don't want you to be R. Kelly. But he's only 11 years old, so we're not going to do that. But when he gets of age and you're of age, we'll make it happen. But you're beautiful. You hear me? I want you to finish Delaware Valley strong. Me and Reporting Live 845 team, we're going to get behind this. We're going to call. We're going to put some things in motion, see what we can do on our end. And if I had to tag them, go in their polls, just make life hard, I like to do stuff like that. That's what I'm here for. But for you, Mom, I don't want to hear about her missing another day of school. I don't want to hear about you being depressed. I don't want to hear about you talking about you have low self-esteem, that you don't want to get. I don't want to hear none of that. And I'm going to personally check on you, because you're going to give me your number after this. All I want you to tell me is, Moochie, I had a good day. They called me the N-word, but I had a good day. Moochie, they said that I'm from the hood, but I had a good day. You know why? You know why? Because you're going to be somebody. And them same people, they probably sitting in the trailer park right now wishing on a star. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to be somebody. And we're going to make, and then when I'm done with you in the next month or two, when you go back and they say you the N-word or you from the hood, I want you to start showing some of your pictures of your modeling, how you out here. Oh, well, I guess I'm just a paid nigger. I guess that's how you say it. I guess I'm just a paid I'm just a paid whatever they want to say about black people. You be proud. I don't want to hear no more about you being sad. I don't want to hear no more about you missing school. You got this. You got this. And now you got some backup. Because me and the people that's watching, we got your back now. Now we are ahead of the game. We know what's going on. We're attentive. The next time you get bullied, I want you to call me. I'm coming to your school.
It'll probably be tomorrow.
I'm coming to your school.
Every day.
I'm coming to your school. First, I'm calling your school tomorrow anyway. I don't care. I'm about to be your auntie. Call me auntie. Auntie, I'm about to call the school tomorrow anyway. But you're gonna see some things change in a few minutes. Trust me, you're about to see some things change. But for you, And this right here, take that self-esteem, that low self-esteem and throw it away. Take that depression and throw it away. You are too young. You have too much going on. And this right here, my love, is not ever going to stop. We're going to correct it and try to fix it, but it's never going to stop. So I'm going to need you to be strong and know who you are and be prepared to go. You're going to find jobs and businesses and owners and people out here that's going to shy you away because of your skin color or because of what you are. I need you to be strong starting now. This is a good time right now. You hear me?
Yeah.
No more missing school.
Okay.
No more being depressed. You wake up and you put your Jordans on. You throw on your bamboo earrings like you Jenny from the block. If you want to be from Brooklyn on Monday, you be from Brooklyn. If you want to be from the hood you be from the hood. If you want to be from Cowabunga Lane, whatever, you be what you want to be. Wear your Jordans, wear your Uggs, wear your Machino, wear your Michael Kors, your Gucci. Bling it out. Matter of fact, FUBU. Remember FUBU?
Yeah.
For us, by us. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a black people thing. For us, by us. All that. You be proud of who you are. And you give me and Reporting Live team a little bit. We gonna fix some of those things.
And I got one more thing on my list, and then you could.
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, so, and then for colleges,
Mm-hmm.
like for juniors and seniors, like we had a college fair. All these PA colleges came to us, and there was like 2 from the city, and me and my friend went there because we getting out of here. I can't wait. Like we going to the city, we going somewhere else other than here, and then people just be making comments like, oh, like nobody wants to go to the city except for the black people.
Right.
Because they're like, no, nobody wants to go there for college thinking it's bad. First of all, you live in the woods. There's no civilization.
Mm-hmm.
You got to drive a half hour to go to the nearest gas station. We don't got no name brand restaurants. They have something called The Grill. You never heard that nowhere else. Like, you can't even, and they love it there so much, but in New York, you get paid more, boo, so don't try to play me because that's
the problem right there. You see that? She thinks that's the problem. She's talking like us. No, no, fucking guy.
And it's like $12.75 an hour or whatever, something like that. And the PA is only $7 an hour. Like, why do you want to stay there when there's nothing?
They don't know no better.
They don't know nothing. Like, the economy is very bad there too. Like, nothing's good about that except for the school.
Mom, let me ask you a question.
I don't like it there either.
Mom, let me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I remember you made a little statement before we started the show, and you said it never used to be like this. What do you think that's happening right now that racism is like taking over? You don't even know, right? Me neither.
I don't know.
Because back then you said it was bad, but you said it wasn't as bad as it is right now.
No, not at all.
And it's like getting worse to the next degree.
I would think it's fucking, sorry.
Listen, I feel you, Mom, but...
What are we?
2019.
Yeah, okay. You think you'd get used to it by now?
I
don't know.
Me neither.
And I can't wait till I leave that school because I wanted to get my box braids for so long, but they're going to look at me and be like, if I go to that school, they're going to be like, what the hell is that in your hair?
Oh, you going to get the box braids.
They do everything a black person has, they like judge us. Like,
you're going to get those box braids.
Like, okay, because y'all got nice, long, luscious hair.
No, we have nice hair. We have good hair. And I want you to get those box braids.
No, I am.
I want you to get those box braids. And I want you to rock them. And I want you to swing them. And all of that. I shouldn't have did that because my bundo's a little stiff. But I want you to do that. Everything that they say you're not supposed to do, they make fun of. I want you to do it even the more. Because we have to find a way to educate. And obviously the teachers in the school are not doing their job.
Yeah, the teachers hear the racist comments every day. They don't do nothing. The principal try to call you down and try to get some information. But they don't care. They're just doing that. Like, they just want their school
Is
to
there
be so
anybody
good.
in the school that you can go to?
No, there's nobody. So I'm leaving.
No.
And the whole entire school.
The guidance counselor today was very polite.
She's always polite. Like, I usually go to her to talk.
But she did tell me this is the best for Alyssa because our school is racist.
She admitted it, so. And I know it's because we're in a not diverse area. It's hillbillies and stuff like that. But like you don't gotta be like that.
Yeah, it's still unacceptable.
You got no home training.
It's still unacceptable. Yeah. They don't go out to the malls. They don't go other places.
Talk about I never talked about a white person. Half of my family is white. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like,
exactly. They don't know.
What's the problem?
baby, we can't be mad at people that don't know no better. That's it. A lot of people is ignorant. They don't know no better. But we're going to help them learn today. Because I'm telling you, a couple things bothered me. They say them hanging you bothered me, and that Confederate flag bothered me. Those two things right there need to be rectified from the jump. So
and we've said, like, we went there like 10 times to say it. And they said, okay. And sometimes they're like, oh, no, it's not that because it means something else. They said that to us. We went there 10 times.
The principal even once said, I think Alyssa's just a little sensitive.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Oh. It's not just me. The other black people are just scared to say something.
Right.
If we all come together as one.
and say something, it'll stop. But guess what we're going to do? Come together as one. I'm on board with this one. I don't like that at all. And especially, like Mom said, it's 2019. We should be already past this already and used to certain stuff that it should not be going on. And when it goes on, we should be stopping it, correcting it, especially if you're a teacher. Parents, we send your kids to school and we leave our children in the hands of our teachers. This is why it's so important to know who your child's teacher is and get in tune. Because when things like this happen, and you got a couple of those teachers. So all 9 periods, 8 periods.
We have
7 periods. And none of these teachers helped. None of them stood in for you. None of them became your advocate, your protector. Okay, Delaware Valley, you'll be hearing from me.
They be asking me like, oh, like sometimes they're like, oh, if you ever want to talk, go to one of your teachers who you're close with. I don't got none of that, like who I'm close with. They're not close to me.
You had to come from Delaware Valley down to Middletown to sit with me because you couldn't talk to none of your people in the school. Right. Ain't that something?
I saw your post. You tagged me?
Yeah, when you're missing one, I tagged her in it.
And I saw that, and I was like,
because I know menacing like that too. Pine Bush, like you said before, I know they like that too.
Those are all the surrounding for Delaware, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I contacted you.
And you know what, Mom? I'm glad you did. And I want you to know, and Alyssa, I want you to know, I'm serious about what I said. And everybody knows the reason I have this track record is because I do what I said and I said what I do. I will be reaching out to them. If they don't respond to me, if we have to sign petitions, we will. If we have to sign petitions and start to get the Confederate flag clothing banned from that school, we will. And I'm sure the thousands of people that view my show later will have no problem signing that. No problem whatsoever. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. And that is absolutely wrong. You're 16 years old and you should never have to go through that. So on behalf of this ignorant school system, I apologize that you went through this. As a parent, I apologize that you're going through this. As a teacher myself, I'm apologizing that you're going through this. But as of today, we're going to try to correct some things, rectify some things, and pull some things in order. And like I said, by next week, if they don't work with me and I don't work with them, I don't care if you're not in school or not. I'm still going to go. And we still going to probably have to call you and say, listen, we're going to start this petition.
Her cyber is through them.
Yeah,
it's through them?
Still, like, I'm still part
connected
of
to
okay. All right. As long as they can't bully you or do anything, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing what I have to do to make sure that when you do go back, because eventually you're probably going to have to go back. When you do go back, you'll feel more comfortable, okay? So, Alyssa, I apologize. First of all, thank you, Mom. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for sitting with me on the show. I am going to reach out to Delaware Valley. But for you, remember what I said about you. When you get up in the morning, you go to school tomorrow, I want a new attitude. I want you to walk in there like a black girl, white girl, Jamaican girl, Italian girl, Japanese girl, whoever you want to be tomorrow, be it, and be it strong. I'm going to call you tomorrow. I'm going to start reaching out to some of my guys that have clothing lines. I'm going to start putting you in some...
But people be saying that, like, we've been trying to do, like, modeling for mad long.
Oh, you don't know who I am?
Like,
you ain't know I'm the plug? You ain't know I was the plug? Girl, you better know. She ain't know Auntie Moochie know people that know people that know people. Girl, I'm trying to get you on a video, on a shoot this weekend. I'm going to call my guy that was here last night if you know watch my show. But Money Talks was on my show last night. He has a clothing line. He's doing a photo shoot, I believe, this weekend. I'm going to link you up. He's the first person. I'm going to show you how authentic I am. So, I'm going to show you how authentic I am. So, I'm going to link you up with him and see what he's doing. I think Saturday or Sunday, but I'll let you know. We're going to exchange numbers. We're going to get you working. We're going to get your mind off that nonsense that's going on and back to where you need to be in those books and on what you want to do in life. You want to be a modeling nurse? We're going to make you a modeling nurse, okay? All right. Mom, is there anything else you want to say while we're on the show?
I'm just glad I brought her here. I wanted her to listen to you.
Thank you.
Sometimes they don't listen to Mom.
Look, sometimes you don't understand though because you're not like black. So
I am not black.
Right.
I am not racist.
Right. Right.
But I wanted her to meet you.
And I'm
because
here.
I think that you can help her.
And listen, Mom, I'm here. I got your back.
Thank you.
And I'm going to help her. I'm going to be more involved with Alyssa. Alyssa's going to be involved with me. And like I said, as far as friends, we don't need those friends. We're going to get you some new friends. Or we're going to make it so that they're going to want to be your friends. Give me a month. Give me 1 month. Either they're going to want to be your friends or you get some new friends. That'll give you something to do to get out of that city and get out of that town and come to another town and breathe. Because everybody needs that home away from home. So we're going to work with you. Shout out to Melotrend, Money Talk. Shout out to SAD. Shout out to Unusual Suspects. Shout out to Bell Black Label. And these are just clothing lines that I work with personally on a day-to-day basis. Shout out to Shandrika. We're going to get next to, honestly, because shout out to my girl Shandrika. We're actually working on a fashion show. So I'm going to reach out to her, and we're going to have you as one of the models. Shout out to Frankie Victoria Ryan. Let me see if Frankie got something going on. We'll have you as a model for her fashion shows. You guys, parents, get next to me. We got to get these young people working. The problem is we got to get them working to get their mind off what's going on as we, the adults, get behind the seat and work on behalf of the children. You're working with me, people. Let me say it again so you stick with me. We as a people, we need to get our youth working so she's no longer depressed and wants to fix the parents. Get behind the scenes and fix what we need to fix so that our youth can progress and prosper. Time out for the racism, time out for the bullying, time out for what y'all talking about. Time out for what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about nothing. This is real life right here. This is right here in our city. Y'all so consumed with R. Kelly. This is right here in our home. Let's get in tune with what's going on right here. Alyssa, we're going to, I do this real good, right? I just go on for hours. We're going to exchange numbers, and y'all going to see Alyssa working with Moochie. If you see her at Jake Davies' concert, if you see her at something with me, don't worry about it. Mind your business. She's working. You already know it's your girl Moochie. Reporting live 845, straight 845 radio. This is why we're here, to build our community from the ground up. Get next to me. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, 6 p.m. as we go on. I got more interviews all week. Stay tuned.